Welcome to the Complete Story series, Tenno, where I take some of your favorite characters within lore, be it comic books, be it video games, be it TV shows, be it movies, and I break them down into digestible bites to allow you to understand how these universes all cross over and have a greater understanding of these universes. And one of those universes is one of my favorite video games, Warframe. And in this universe, we have these things called Tenno, we have these things called Warframes, and we have these things called Grineer, and we are going to explore the 5-issue comic book series that came out about this universe. We're going to try to explain some of the sci-fi elements as we're going through the storyline, but if you enjoy this and you want more Warframe lore, you want us to cover it, let me know in the comments down below. And at the moment that I am launching this video, I am live right now at twitch.tv/eligiblemonster playing Warframe with my wife Natalie. We are both over there playing Warframe and we're enjoying the new Mesa Prime, where we're also doing Mesa Prime giveaways. So come on over to our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/eligiblemonster, to join in on the fun, and I hope you enjoy this amazing universe known as Warframe in this 5-issue comic series.
Darkness has fallen. The night is lit by the blazing fires of what had once been a village. Amongst the destruction, a lone warrior moves. His only companions are the smoke, the wind, and the dead. That warrior is Excalibur, one of the Warframes piloted by the Tenno, ancient warriors that have slept since the time of the Orokin, and once awakened, they fight to bring peace to a war-torn galaxy. Cresting the hill, the Tenno watches as the village's attackers move away. He allows them to retreat. Returning to one of the few remaining buildings, he's greeted by a young woman, wounded and blind. Mitsuki. Everyone's dead. It's not a question but a statement, and lying on her back, she thanks Excalibur for his help and wishes that he had gotten there sooner. Earlier, before the destruction, the village was visited by the Grineer, an army of inbred, cloned soldiers that fixed their bodies with cybernetic implants. They spread across the galaxy in an effort to expand their empire, fighting for their queens. The village is greeted by Captain Vor of the Grineer, his soldiers at his back. Who's in charge, he asks, weapon in hand. Yet the villagers know the Grineer's tactics and what they have done to the other villages on the planet. They are not willing to stand idly by. Vor aims his pistol and he fires, killing the first of the protesters. "You do not have to resist," he states, as he stands over the body of a man. He orders his men to search the village for Orokin technology, and like a locust, the Grineer spread out. They tear through the buildings, ransacking as they go. Returning empty-handed, they begin to execute the villagers, destroying their homes along with them. As Mitsuki is dragged from her mother, thrown to the ground, the Grineer stand over and she closes her eyes, expecting the coming death. Suddenly a hole explodes in his chest and his fellow brethren fall around him. The lone figure walks through the smoke and destruction, pistol at his side, sword in his hand. The Warframe has arrived. In a war cry, the Grineer attack this new threat, but the Tenno is fast, and among them, he moves in a blur. His sword rings out as it slices through them, a blast of energy erupting from its blade. Others fall as he smoothly pulls out his pistol, rounds punching holes through armor and flesh. The Grineer forces are quickly cut in half as the remaining call for backup. Captain Vor ignores that call, ordering his remaining men to pull back. He has a surprise up his sleeve, but they are not ready yet. Back in the village, Mitsuki searches for her mother during the battle, stumbling into the path of another Grineer, but the Tenno leaps into action, pulling her away from the large explosion. She is not unscathed, and she is blinded by the attack, and together, the two retreat from the fight, with Excalibur looking for a safe place. Further away, Captain Vor stands among his troops. They have grown soft on this planet, where his men haven't had a real challenge. That has ended. Tomorrow, we will take the village and the Tenno, no matter how many fall, he orders. From the ranks, a lone soldier emerges, begging Vor to send only the ghouls, the Grineer's elite berserkers, to spare the lives of the rest. Swiftly, the captain strikes the soldier, throwing him to the ground. Vor beats the man, for they are Grineer, and they have no fear, no doubts. With each word, his fist strikes, like painful punctuation. The ghouls pull free of their bonds, for they are ready. "We attack at dawn," the captain commands. "For the glory of the queens!" His men respond, and back in the village, the rain begins to fall, with Excalibur sitting silently, sword in his lap. Legends state that the Tenno are the greatest warriors in history, bound by honor. The last relics of the Orokin Age, yet no one knows what they really are. Mitsuki questions what the Excalibur is, whether he is even a person, yet the Tenno remains silent. Stepping from the building, Excalibur draws his sword, meeting the Grineer in the rain. Captain Vor stands with his men, ordering them forward, and the horde rushes the Tenno. A wave of rage and flesh. Sword flashes, and the pistol fires, and the ghouls begin to fall. But they are many and strong, and despite his skill, the Tenno begins to falter. Seeing their chance, the rest of the Grineer move in, but safe in her home. Mitsuki can hear the blade and the bullets and hear the death on the wind. Further away, at an unknown location in space, stands the Locust, mysterious leader of the Tenno, who guides and directs their actions. She senses the Tenno's distress and orders another to his aid. The Tenno wordlessly boards her ship and heads out. But back at the Grineer's base camp, Captain Vor has captured and wounded the Tenno, who has been paralyzed by the blood of the ghouls. Standing triumphant over him, Vor gloats. He offers the Tenno one chance to give him the information that he wants, before he takes it by force. Excalibur is silent. Captain Vor pulls free an Ascaris, an Omega variant parasite of unparalleled malevolence. Pain racks through Excalibur's body as his mind is open to Captain Vor. In his mind, Vor learns that Mitsuki is in the village, and he learns of the Lotus. Alone in the village, Mitsuki moves slowly, but she is startled by a new visitor, the Solaris United agent Little Duck. Quickly learning of the situation, Little Duck offers to get Mitsuki off the planet, but she declines. Before Little Duck can convince her, Captain Vor returns with his forces, ordering Mitsuki to bring them to the Orokin vault that he knows is hidden nearby. Launching smoke grenades, Little Duck quickly takes Mitsuki and slips away, evading the Grineer. They are quickly surrounded, though, with Captain Vor gloating at his victory. And above them, a ship appears, and it is the Warframe Mag, and she begins to fall to the earth, engaging the Grineer. Using the distraction, Little Duck opens fire on Vor, chipping off a piece of his armor, and he grabs the strange-looking device. Mag quickly forces the Grineer to fall back in the face of her devastating attacks, but the Lotus orders her not to follow. The vault is the true prize, Tenno. Appearing as a hologram, Locust asks Mitsuki for her help in leading Mag to the vault, which she agrees. But Vor is not done yet and prepares his forces to follow the group to the vault, letting them do all the work. Though blinded, Mitsuki leads both Little Duck and Mag to the caves where the vault is located. Her village has known about it for some time, referring to it as the Golden Door. Before they can enter the caves, Lotus appears once more as a hologram, informing them that she believes that Captain Vor is preparing for a final push to the caves. Wet stone splashes under their feet as Mitsuki leads them through the dark, and they come to the fork, and her memory betrays her. She can't remember, she can't see. The day's events seem to catch up to her and she begins to panic, but there's no time. Little Duck quiets her as Mag prepares her weapons. Noises in the dark. At their backs, the ghouls appear. Little Duck and Mag open fire, rounds punching through the Grineer forces. Mitsuki, still panicked though, begins to run, and with no sight, she stumbles and falls to the wet floor. She hears the ghoul before her, with its steps heavy on the stone. It attacks, claws biting into Mitsuki's skin. But before it can finish the job, a round from Little Duck's rifle separates its head from its shoulders. With the fight over, Mitsuki struggles off the concern for her wound and pushes ahead. The Golden Door isn't much farther. They now stand before it, a void gate capable of bridging 2 points within the known galaxy. And using the piece of Vor's armor, they find that it is in fact a key to the gate. So the three open it, and they step through. They all now stand on the Orokin ship, somewhere in deep space, with red lights flashing on the walls and strange smells filling the halls. On the planet, Vor is praying to the queens, asking for their faith. His men rally to him, and the cheers echo through the ranks. He is informed of the doors opening with a roar. The Grineer set forth for conquest. Back on the ship, Little Duck, Mag, and Mitsuki are moving through the hallways, ghosts of a long-dead civilization, their only company. Looking at a readout, Lotus informs them that the command deck has a way to shut down the gate planet side. There is also an ancient Orokin tech that can help Mitsuki's wounds, which have worsened. Mitsuki turns, strange sounds falling on her ears. I don't think we're alone. She whispers and the trio turn, lights shining as the creatures begin to pull themselves from every wall of the ship. They are surrounded as these creatures begin to fill the corridors around them, claws scratching against the metal, decay and rot filling the air. Mag and Little Duck do not waste any time with words, and they open fire. There are many, and the three quickly move through the halls, barrels flashing with each pull of the trigger. Their escape is cut short, though, as a blocked door offers them little in the way of hope. The two fight on, with Little Duck's rifle firing and Mag's pulse abilities trying to hold off the infested. Mitsuki's wounds have become much worse for her, though, and she falls. The waves of monsters begin to subside and Mag manages to get the door open. And beyond is the command deck. Before her, long-forgotten memories appear to Mag like wisps of the past. But they are gone and Little Duck calls for her help with Mitsuki. Placing her inside of the Medica, an ancient Orokin tech that might save her, Mag tries to activate it. But behind the command door, the infested try to get in. Little Duck raises her rifle, ready to fight to the death, and back at the Void Gate, Captain Vor and his forces move through into the Orokin ship. They are not greeted by silence, though, as the already awakened infested attack them mercilessly. "Open fire!" he screams, raising his pistol. "Hold position!" he orders. Then the Grineer fight on. Little Duck stands ready at the door while Mag activates the Medica. Energy cracks as Mitsuki screams fill the room. And finally it is over. As she steps out of the machines, her wounds healed. Removing the bandages from her eyes, everyone is startled to see them pure white. "What have you done?" she asks. And a scream breaks her lips as the Orokin ship connects with her brain, sending hot fire pulsing through her body. Her mind is ready, but her body is frail. She sees what the ship sees, feels the battle pulsing in its veins as the Grineer fight into the corridors beyond. "I see what the ship sees. I know what it knows," she whispers. "Then we could use your help," Little Duck calls, pulling Mitsuki to her feet. Outside, the Grineer have reached the door, and they begin to cut in. Once inside, the battle continues. The Grineer, the infested Mag, and Little Duck. Weapons fire rains, and Mag's pulse powers hold the creatures at bay. Knowing that she must help, Mitsuki plugs herself back into the Medica, and using the very ship as a weapon, she sends tendrils of energy pulsing through the floor, temporarily halting the fight. Using that moment to their advantage, Mag and Little Duck grab Mitsuki and then run through the ship. Sounds of the Grineer holding off the infested at their backs. Reaching the Void Gate, the trio slip through. Little Duck begins to pull the key free, locking the Grineer and the infested out into deep space. And a pistol fires, hitting Little Duck in the chest, throwing her clear. Another round sounds, knocking Mag to the floor. Captain Vor steps through the door, pistol smoking. He is victorious. Mitsuki sits, prepared for her death, ready to join her family in the beyond. Vor's gloat is cut off as a strong arm wraps around him from behind. Excalibur, freed of his bonds, chokes the Grineer captain, lifting him off his feet. Excalibur throws him back through the gate, back to the horrors of the infested. With her power, Mag pulls free the key, locking the door and the Grineer away. Our heroes are victorious. The Tenno, they board their ships, venturing elsewhere to bring peace to the galaxy. Little Duck moves on, the prospects of adventure and money calling her away. Mitsuki stands over the graves of her family, knowing that there is hope in the galaxy. On the ship, in deep space, Vor struggles to his feet, his body wounded and a rifle in his hands, as the infested close in around him, and he smiles.
There you have it, Tenno. We have covered the 5-issue comic book series. Now, that's all there is for Warframe comics. So if you want more Warframe lore, we're going to be deep diving into what is a Tenno, what is a Warframe, what is the Ordis, what is everything in this amazing sci-fi universe. And if you want that, let me know in the comments down below. Give us a subscription right here. Give this video a like. Be like, Benny, we want you to do more Warframe lore right here at Comicstorian. And if you want to see us playing more Warframe, we play it most Saturdays and Sundays on our Warframe weekends. I primarily play Mesa, Volt, and I've been dabbling with a little Ember, but she got nerfed, so whatever. And you can also find us talking about it over on our gaming channel, Eligible Monster. Links to our Twitch and our gaming channel are down below. But on the gaming channel, we do a lot of discussion-based stuff, and a lot of times Warframe comes up in that because of how much I enjoy it. You can also find us over on the Twitch channel playing it all the time. I know I've said these both, but if you really want to support us, you want us to be more and more in this community, then join us. Let's go have fun. Let's do this together.